Well, good evening, Dirtfish Rally friends, and welcome to our end of rally review for Rally Japan. Listen, it's been an absolute delight having Gino WRC Invest with us this weekend in Japan. Click that link, go through to the website and enjoy.
And buy a car.
If you're in a position to buy a car, do that. Or certainly give Alessandro a ring if you're interested in buying a car. But go and click the link, have a little look.
What would you buy?
It'd have to be, if I had that kind of money, it would be an Alfa Romeo of some description.
No. On Gino, we talked about this earlier. We said we'd both buy the Toshi Subaru.
We would both buy the Toshi Subaru. Yeah. Sure, they could get me an Alfa Romeo, though. I'd like the GTV6. Yeah. I would like the GTV6.
Alessandro Gino's the man for that.
And I guess that's something else Alessandro could do. If you have a car you want, he'll find it for you.
Of course he will. That's what he does.
Alessandro,
very good at it.
GTV6, my all-time favourite car. Yes, please. Thank you very much. But again, a massive thank you to Gino WRC Invest for coming along with us for the ride here in Japan.
What a ride it's been, Colin.
What a ride it has been, David. Do not stand on those glasses that I've just dropped on the ground. Whatever you do, they're my only pair.
They're very safe now.
You're a good man. Thank you, David. Rally Japan, 2010 was the last time we were here. It's just been for me an absolute joy to be back in this wonderful country for many, many reasons. And the rallying is only one of them, David.
Yeah, Colin. This morning we drove into service, didn't we, at 6 o'clock, just after 6 o'clock. And it was absolutely packed. I mean, there must have been, again, we say it again, there must have been 600 or 700 metres of people at 6:10 in the morning.
On a Sunday.
On a Sunday, and as you were driving down towards the stadium, people were just flooding into the place.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And this afternoon, as we've left there in the absolute teeming rain, with Toyota breaking down the service park, everybody starting to go home. Still, they're sort of 4 or 5 deep.
Oh, 4 or 5 at least.
Just for a glimpse of Tommy Mäkinen, Juha Kenkin, and these absolute heroes that have been with Toyota this weekend. And, of course, the hero's hero, Takamoto Katsuta.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great. It's amazing.
The fans here have been something to behold. You know, we came into the service park this morning and I was talking to Kai Lindstrom at round about 6:45 and he said, Colin, just about everywhere else we go, first service on a Sunday, 6, 7, 8 in the morning, it's us and maybe 2 or 3 other people. And you couldn't move in the service park. The fans here have been every bit as good as I remember from 12 years ago. Probably better. More passionate, more colourful, more welcoming, more engaging.
You couldn't say more colourful, because they're always unbelievably colourful. But just, I would say, more people.
More people.
And just so many young fans as well. That's the great thing.
You're right. You're absolutely right. So many families. You wouldn't say it was all boys, girls. It was all men or women.
Whole families.
It was whole families. It has been something very special.
One thing they do need to do, and we do need to get this message across before we go any further, majority of the fans, first thing, it's too expensive. Been way too expensive to get into the service park. That's got to change. We understand the economics of this. They've had to, this event has come close twice. Obviously, the organisers have invested in the infrastructure twice, only to have sort of fall down with COVID. They had to recoup some of that money. Yes, you did. So, okay, that's understandable. Open up more stages. So many fans could not get into the stages. That's not good enough. We had thousands of people at the side of the road really enjoying themselves, but that's not where our sport's played out.
No.
We've got to get this right. So, but apart from that, brilliant. Well, apart from a few other incidents which we'll talk about.
Issues and incidents that we will talk about, because we can't ignore them, David. We really can't ignore them. But first of all, let's start by talking about the competition itself. We have to start with Hyundai. We have to start with Thierry Neuville. We have to start with the contrast of the season, the bookending of the season. Monte Carlo, Japan. Monte Carlo, there. Japan, up there.
Way lower.
Even lower.
Somewhere down near the Earth's
in the depths, absolutely. What a turnaround, what a transformation, what a season it could have been for them. What a season it has been.
Unfortunately, an incredible turnaround, as you say, Cole, but it was never going to be a great season because they were so late. Every aspect of this Rally 1 car of theirs was late. They were late getting the funding, they were late starting the development, they were late starting the testing. Everything was late. So they were on a hiding to nothing. And you remember, you think back to Monty, they were just glad to get 3 cars to the start. And if you look at the state of Solberg's car, the third car, which was essentially a bastardised test car for that event. It was a shocker, an absolute shocker. And to turn that around, to be in a position, we said this to Monse earlier, to Julien Monse, the deputy team principal, they went from being 7 minutes behind with their only car at the finish of Monte Carlo to beating Toyota in Toyota's backyard. Okay, there is an element that Toyota lost this one because of punctures, but still, it is tremendous. And they've won, they've had their history-breaking season, their record-breaking season with 5 wins.
And the 1, 2, 3 in Greece, history making there as well. It's been incredible, really.
In any other year, without Toyota, obviously without Toyota, without the strength of Toyota, this probably would have been a championship season.
I think you're right. Well, the man who has enjoyed the spoils here in Japan, the man who I'm sure enjoyed, spoiling the Toyota party was Thierry Neuville. This is what he had to say at the end of the event.
We have to keep working for sure, but results like this, I think, give an extra boost to the whole team actually to carry on working, because Monte Carlo is in less than 2 months and we need to be ready for that, and there's a lot of work left. So such results are for the teams a special boost.
Yeah, you took the fight to Toyota in Finland, in their backyard. You've taken the fight to them, beaten them here in Japan. How much confidence does that give you in the car and the team for next year in your efforts to win a title next year?
I mean, it doesn't matter where. The Toyota is always difficult to beat, but the season was over, the championships were over, and the target was clearly to beat them on their home soil. And we have achieved that goal, that with 2 cars. So I think we can be proud of that result for sure. But next year is a different challenge again. It's going to be tough again, and every single round counts.
Gino, WRC Invest, the only place to buy a world rally car. Run by enthusiasts like Alessandro Gino and Andrea Adamo. So many congratulations to Thierry Neuville, yet another win to add to his many, many wins in the championship. It was a 1-2 for, I almost said Toyota, a 1-2 for Hyundai here in Japan. David Oitanak on his final outing with the Hyundai team. A second place, it was a battling second place. He never really seemed comfortable, didn't really seem to enjoy himself.
He never really got the chance to get into it, did he? He had problems on the first day with the hybrid, then he had the other issues.
Differential issues.
Yeah. The whole thing for me is just odd. It's fantastic. Thierry Neuville, you've driven like a hero, and Martin Videgui, you deserve it, 100%. But that team, the atmosphere around the place, it's just felt really strange. Obviously, last event for Oitanak and Martin Jarvioja, they are departing. But what's Julien Monse? What's his future? There's so much speculation about other leading players in the team that could be moving on, could be leaving. It's just been weird.
It is weird. It is still weird. We did catch up with Oitanak. He didn't sound weird. This is what he sounded like.
It's a great finish for sure. I mean, it was a demanding rally, and last couple of events on tarmac, been really lacking some speed, to be where we should be, and then for sure it's been a bit tough, but in the end, we took the result we could, and there was nothing much left.
When you look back at your time with Hyundai, how will you reflect on it? As a good time, a successful time, a difficult time, the wrong time? How will you look on it?
Obviously not successful. we came here to fight another championship, so it was not happening, and obviously I was never delivering enough, to be actually in any 3 of years in a championship fight. Other than that, it's been definitely an incredible experience. I met another bunch of people, and made probably some friends for my life. So still, was worth every year.
So Oitanak, it's a podium on his last outing with Hyundai. Where we will see Tanak next year, we're yet to find out. Will we see him at all? Well, that's a possibility that maybe we won't see him next year. I'm sure that we will find out in the coming days, perhaps weeks, exactly what Tanak's intentions are for next year and beyond. I think David might have an inkling as to where. David, you were telling everyone that you knew everything today, but telling everyone nothing.
No, I told Thierry Neville knows exactly what's going on, and he might have preferred that he actually might not know. Of course he knows.
Yeah.
We've all got a very good idea.